Okay, I'm on my way home here from my little errand run, and I thought I'd take a shot of this. Can you make it out over there? This is a little pond at the entrance to our subdivision. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. Wrong way. Oh yeah. Now can you see what's over there? Across the lake directly from me is a younger alligator. I think he's just sunning himself there this afternoon. But he's been here for a while. Usually they come through and remove the alligators like this from the pond because people like to come down here and fish. I don't know what they find here, but they do come down and fish every now and then. I just thought I'd show you this guy today. Well, everybody, I am back home now. It's later in the day by just a few hours. I ran my errands as quickly as I could and headed right back home because as time went on that I was out and around, I started feeling more run down and really tired. And yes, I definitely have a cold. And it is a cold. It's that time of year when the weather's so back and forth, you know, hot, cold, hot, cold. And yeah. And William just, well, he's getting over this now. He's not totally over it, so I guess it was inevitable that I would come down with the same thing. It's just a cold cough virus. And so I'm resting. I have my hot tea in my mug here. I don't know if you can make it out. It's an old-fashioned sewing machine. But I have hot tea with honey in it. My throat isn't sore or anything like that, but the cough that I have, I just figured honey would help soothe my throat more than regular sugar that I usually put in my tea. So that's what I'm enjoying this afternoon. Happy Tea Tuesday, everybody. And what else am I having? Well, earlier this morning, before I headed out on my errand run, I made some muffins, my favorite kind of muffin here. And I'm going to peel the wrapper off of it here and show you. They are so good. I make them every so often. Not a lot, just maybe a couple times a year. How can you see this? Now, maybe a baker out there can tell me. I'm not that experienced of a baker to know why. My batter is flour, sugar, oh, what else is in it? Baking soda, spices, you know, cinnamon, pineapple, coconut. But the batter itself, when you work it all up before you bake it, it's a light color, like a light beige, I guess. Yeah, light beige. So this is not burnt. This is the color that they turn out. Maybe it's the carrot that gives it the darker color to it. I don't know. But they always turn out much darker than what the batter is. Much, much darker. But they are so good. They are just so good. Well, I love coconut, so I put a lot of coconut in it, but if you don't like coconut, you put in, well, the recipe calls for, I believe it was half a cup. Put in less than that even. You can put raisins in this, but I put in more than half a cup of coconut. Oh. They're called Morning Glory Muffins, and I'm going to insert a video that I filmed earlier this morning when I was baking, putting everything together. And I enjoyed one then, before they were even cooled off, but it was so good. And I'm enjoying one now, and they are cooled off. Now you can also put butter on these. I don't. I like the taste the way it is. William will have butter on his. But I think they're just wonderful. Give them a try if you can, okay? I hope you like it. Let me know. Drop me a line below and let me know what you thought of them. And hold on just a minute because I feel a sneeze coming on. Okay, I'm back. Whew. I tell you, when they come upon you, they come on strong. So, For the rest of the afternoon here, I have a mess back here in my sewing room. For one thing, you'll notice my machine is missing here from the table because I took it to a class recently and it's still in the case over there on the floor. I haven't taken it out. I haven't done any sewing since I got, home from taking that class. I haven't done any sewing for several days. So I haven't needed to set it up just yet, but I will be getting it up. This is the last day of December. And you know what that means. I have to get working and finishing up. I did start the December quilt, barely started it, and I need to get it finished up. And I will, but there seems to be so much going on this month. William's eye doctor appointment, his follow-up appointments for, post-surgery, and he did have one of those appointments just this last Monday. Everything looked fine. The doctor was going to run a scan to see what things look like, down deep. I don't know what you call it, in the exterior part of the eye. Because William said that his vision was still just a little bit blurry. It was clearing up, but it was just a little bit blurry. So the doctor wanted to double check things, but we had to make an appointment to come back and do that in 3 weeks. So we do that in 3 weeks, and then in mid-January, William is scheduled for his pre-op for the second eye to be done. And that was the first opening that they had for the surgery was January 21st is when the surgery is scheduled. And then William will go in for his pre-op like the week beforehand. And yes, that will also include getting another COVID test, which he's not too happy about, but you know what? He's had a few of them now. One before the last surgery. He was in the emergency room last summer and he had one there. I think he actually had 2 when he was in different times. But he's had a couple of tests, and they're all negative, but still. He's not too happy about having to go through it again, but he knows that it's necessary. It has to be done, so that's the way it is. So, anyway, there's not too much else going to take place today. I am going to be sitting back and relaxing. What did I do? I went to the post office today and took care of a few things that I needed to do there. And then I just went to the grocery store. It is, my regular shopping day at the grocery store. Had a few things to get. Found a few BOGOs that I went ahead and stocked up on. And bought more than I really intended to, but you know what? That's just kind of how it goes. I do have a list when I go, but I did stray from the list just a little bit. Not too much. So it wasn't too bad. And I was fine there, but boy, I tell you, by the time I got home and William helped me get the groceries out of the car and I brought them in, it was like, I still have some of them left to put away. I did all the refrigeratable and freezer goods, canned goods, and anything like that is still out on the counter. I'll take care of that soon, but I just had to take a break. So... and there's nobody here to see it but me or us. So it'll be done. Everything will be cleared up before the end of the day. But for right now, I'm going to enjoy my muffin. Yeah. I always put much more coconut and quite a few more pecans in the mix than what the recipe calls for. I don't go too overboard, but I like to have more in there. So these are the best muffins, I tell you. Those are delicious muffins. If you do try the recipe, please let me know what you think of them. I hope you like them. I really do. But other than that, there's not too much going to take place today around here. I am done for the day. D-U-N, done. So, I hope you're all having a good one out there. You take care. And we'll be talking to you again real soon. But for this time, yep, it's going to be bye for now. Happy Tea Tuesday, everyone. Bye for now.